your kids watching you go through something difficult together also shows them that you're willing to put yourself through some adversity, some suffering, some form of work where they can see you push through it and overcome it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Off the Mat. My name is Josh Dumoulin, and this is
Nicole Dumoulin.
And this is one of the most common questions we get asked is, how do I get my kids to practice at home? I can't get them to practice at home. They don't want to practice at home. And so we've got 5 tips for you guys on how to get your kids to practice at home, because let's face it, the 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a week that they get on the mats, on the field, whatever activity it is that they're doing, just probably isn't quite enough to really get them to make that progress, to get them to make the improvements, the things that we really want them to see. That couple hours a week, we all know, is not enough. So how do we get them to practice at home? We got 5 tips to really help you guys out with those today. And you're going to want to really make sure you guys stay till the end, because number 5 here is really, really important, and probably the most important out of all of them, to really make sure that you're going to actually get them to practice, and you're going to get them to want to practice with you again and again and again. Plus, we've got a special gift for you guys if you guys stick around to the very end. So let's get started here with number 1. This is really simple, but let them have a say.
Yeah, let them kind of lead the way on some of this.
Yes.
And like be supportive in, their ideas that they might come up with. I think that's the overarching theme that we wanted for the rest of these points that we're going to come out with, is let the kids be involved and let them kind of, come up with the ideas and plan and all that stuff with you. Don't make it so much about like, I'm the parent and this is what we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they get enough of that. They get that on the mat, right?
Yeah.
When they're on the mat, they are at the mercy of what the coach has planned for that day.
Yeah.
And so they get that already in their martial arts training. So let their at-home training be about them.
Yes.
And let them explore the things that they want to get better at or be excited about, and go with that.
That's right. Yeah. So just simply, and this could just be anything, like what they're working on, when they're doing it. We're all going to kind of flow through here, but just simply let them have a say with it, and just kind of let them be involved with it, so that way they feel like they've got a little bit of control. It's honestly like a Jedi mind trick. If you can just kind of let them have that say, they're then going to start creating and planning the whole thing, and you're just kind of letting them do it.
Right. And I know as parents, we, have a broader vision for this stuff. And so, yes, we have more experience and all of that, but just let that go to the wayside. Those expertise that we have as parents, we're going to get them in, but initially and throughout the at-home training experience, let the kid take control. Let them be the one that, we can get our 2 cents in, but let them have control over the at-home training.
Yep, absolutely. So number 2, why?
We always talk about this. Start with why.
Yes. Like what is the purpose of the exercise? Like, what is the purpose of the at-home training that you're going to be doing? Why are we doing it?
And so you might be a parent that maybe you've been in the martial arts for a while. You've been, maybe you've gone a year or so and you haven't really done some at-home training. Because I was thinking about that. It might be a hard conversation or a hard thing to talk to your kid about getting to train at home. So I was thinking about this, like, okay, so recently maybe there's a belt graduation, they just earned a new level. I think that's a great time to have this conversation about introducing at-home training. And so using kind of that last grading as an anchor to propel some at-home workouts, right? So use that, okay, because there's always going to be feedback on your testing, because, there's always going to be things to work on. So, and now that we're getting higher in the levels, little Johnny, we might need to incorporate some at-home training in order for us to reach the next belt or that next level.
And this is where we hear it a lot, is from parents who they've been with us for a little bit, let's just say 12 months or more, And now you're trying to create an entirely new habit.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
not used to practicing at home, and now all of a sudden you expect them to be able to just go ahead and start practicing at home.
I would say
So
there is this like minority that does like start
sure,
training at
yep.
home right when you start, and that's awesome because that habit gets built in right away. But then I find that at that year mark, all of a sudden the parents catch on that like, oh, we do need to do some at home training. And so we have to be able to approach that conversation and instill the why about why it's important that we start training at home.
Yes, absolutely, and that's just it. There needs to be that purpose behind it. So
Ooh, and we've talked about this, the vision board, right? And we had this on like one of our passport challenge. I just loved the vision board. But the vision board, maybe that's part of the why, right? Or like that can be a visual representation of the why. So, bringing the vision board into it, right? You want to be a black belt one day, or you want to get that next belt level. This is why we have to do some extra practice at home.
yes, absolutely, yeah, and it's just sort of that like gentle reminder to them about it. So just understand why. Number 3, schedule it, plan it, strategize it. When we started talking about this, it was just simply schedule it, but then it was kind of like, okay, well, that's not enough. For example, on Sundays is when Ryder and I go to the cages, but it is much more. Even this is where we kind of went on, as you commented what I had done with Ryder before we left, as we're sitting there, and we schedule it. So it's Sundays at 9 a.m. Why? Because that's when the cage is open. That's pretty much when I've got to get him out the door, because if I don't, the morning, it just turns into, he gets too antsy. He's ramped up. He's ready to go. So Sundays, 9 a.m. That's the schedule of when we go to the cages. Then we plan it. What is the focus going to be? Why are we doing it? What is the purpose of today's exercise? So I had asked him, I said, Ryder, I need 3 exercises, 3 drills we're going to do. Like, that's what you should be looking up on YouTube right now.
Right.
So then right away, he went on to YouTube and he texted me.
Yeah, and he's the one that's doing the research. He's the one that's like, okay, I want to work on these 3 drills at this practice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, even just going to that, when he gets that little bit of say, he gets to take some ownership. When the thing was not fun, well, those were his drills. When it was super fun, those were my drills. Oh my God, I created that workout. That was so much fun. I want to do that again. So then we plan it. What is the focus? But then we strategize it, right? We go from, okay, what is the focus going to be? Oh, we're going to focus on fielding. We're going to focus on batting. We're going to focus on the third base stuff. And then we strategize it. What are the
so
drills?
what are the drills?
So then we go right into the specifics.
When it comes to scheduling, like actually put it on the calendar.
Yes.
So for this example, we have cages, 9 a.m. on the calendar, so that it is that visual representation, as we plan our week or whatever, that we know Sunday morning at 9 a.m. is the cages, right? So like it's just there, just like baseball practice at this time, and martial arts is at this time, and Rocky's martial arts is at this time. Like our calendar is scattered with all of the things, right? The practice, the at-home practice, is just another appointment on the schedule.
And scheduling it is so important just for that mental piece, not only for you as the parent for accountability, but the child as well. They need that thing. Imagine if we were running a class and we just said, just show up when you want. Like, just show up from 5 till 8.
Yeah.
Nobody would show up, because they'd be like, well, if I can just show up whenever, I can kind of show up at 6 o'clock. Okay, well, if 6 o'clock comes around, I'm actually a little bit tired. We'll go up at 6:30, rest a little bit longer, let the kid... 7, 8. Oh, it's closed now? Nah, no big deal. When we schedule it, we now know, like, we give you the schedule. These are the class times. You have to be here these days, this time, this and that. What you have? You have a schedule. Well, I have to be there. I got to show up. This is my class time. I got to be on time. I got to do this. It's the same thing. We have to schedule it so that practice, your practice, and whether it's on Sundays at 9 a.m., Saturdays at 2 p.m.,
or
Fridays
Wednesdays at 4,
whatever it is,
whatever the time is. It also helps. Like, I know we as a family, every night we come together, we do our family journal, and part of our journal is like, what are we excited about tomorrow? And but as we're talking about what we're excited about tomorrow, we're also talking about what's the plan for tomorrow.
Right.
So like last night, for example, we talked about, okay, we're gonna we get to have a little bit of a slower morning on Sunday, which is great. But then at 9 a.m., it's time to go to the cages, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, right? So it just has to be another appointment on the calendar so that everybody is prepared for that practice ahead of time.
And honestly, again, just back to like little Jedi mind tricks. If you schedule it and it is on a calendar, it is something that they visually see. Before you know it, they might ask you, hey, you know what? We missed practice. How come we didn't practice last night?
Right, exactly.
How come we didn't do that? How come we didn't go to the cages?
If we don't put it on the calendar, we kind of treat it as like, oh, if there's time after dinner, we'll practice. There's never going to be time after practice, after dinner, right? Like, no, make an appointment out of it because you don't miss your appointments.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And now don't get me wrong, we've got some little pockets of time that we do find where it's like, do you want to go play catch? And we'll go do that. But those main ones where we are focused, we have a dedicated plan, and we're
right. Like we
schedule
know
those.
that if we're going to get better at a skill, we need 2 dedicated at-home practices a week, right? Then we're going to schedule those out.
That's right. So you need to schedule it, plan it. What is your focus going to be? And then strategize it. What specifics are you going to do to help you with what the core focus is going to be at that specific time? Okay, just full loop around with those things just to get them focused on that class that practice at home that's gonna happen.
Number 4. Do it with them, not at them.
Yes, a big one here. Like really
with them.
Yes, do it with them.
So what we mean by that is even us, like if we're talking about martial arts in specific, if we, like I know lots of times prepping for a tournament and stuff, we would do a lot of at-home practice. But even in those at-home practices, as teachers, instructors, coaches ourselves, we would do it with them, not so much at them. Okay? And the difference is doing it with them is doing it together, doing it as a teammate, doing it as another student in the class with your child, right? You are not the coach. They get that coaching time on the mat. This is off the mat training, okay? They don't need another session with a coach harping at them.
Yep.
They need some freedom and some time to explore and this can be a total bonding experience for you and your kid to just have fun together. In those at-home training sessions, they don't need another teacher, instructor, coach harping on them.
No, they just
don't
need
need
your
it.
parent. They just need your dad. They need your mom, whoever, to just be there with them and just to do it with them. And so oftentimes with Ryder, I ask him, hey, what would Coach Nick tell you to do in this? How far does he want you to lift that knee? Because I don't know the world of baseball. So I ask him because it's easier for me when I'm going through martial arts stuff. I know what he needs.
Right.
And I can kind of be like, we need to do this. We need to go here, get the hand on the center line, hand to the hip, lift the knee up, chamber here, do this. I don't know the world of baseball. So it's kind of fun because I feel like another parent with their kids in martial arts.
Right, exactly.
And so I'm trying some of these things as well that I've told parents to do. And so I just straight up, hey, what would Coach Nick have you do? Like, how does he have you lift your knee on that backswing? Oh, he doesn't have us lift. He does this. He wants us to do that because of this. And I go, okay, great. He's getting the feedback, he's getting the say. He's getting to comment his expertise too. Like, hey, Dad, we do this. No way. Very cool. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So take it to the martial arts side. Okay. So what does Mr. Brown have you do during this time? Or what does Mr. D say to you?
Right.
About your punch, right? What does he say? Because you might know as a parent, just even from sitting on the sidelines, like I get it. You pick up on like what's happening out on the thing and you can identify some things that your kid needs to do in order to get better. But I think the way you approach it at home has to be not as like a coach yourself, but just being with your kid and saying, oh, so like what did your martial arts coach say about the hand on the hip or way your foot should be, or ask them questions, be curious about them, and if they don't know the answer, oh well, maybe we should clarify that
Yeah.
with the coach, right? Don't be the coach yourself. That's not what your kids need on at home training.
That's right. Yes. Number 5, most important here. This is at home training. Tying this all together, guys. If you've stuck this far here, you're at the number one thing you need to do here. The last important thing here, the objective needs to be fun over form. I know that sounds kind of counterproductive to what I would encourage you on the floor to do if I were training you in martial arts, but this is at home. I want to have fun with my son. I want to bond with my son. I want to spend time with my son. And if I am turning this kind of into this at them type situation, I'm not making it fun anymore. And I'm trying to sit there and tell him all these things and go through this and coach him this. I have made it so unbearable. And not only that, not only am I making the practice unfun, I am hurting my relationship with him, which could hurt my relationship with him in other areas of our lives. Well, what if we want to go do this thing together? Well, we're just not bonded the same way.
Right.
Like, I want that time. I want that fun with him. And does it frustrate me that maybe you could just do this thing? Yeah, a little bit. But I want to have some fun. I want him to laugh a little bit. I want him to smile. I want to bust each other's chops a little bit and, poke fun at each other and have a little bit of just guy time. Like, let's be honest, like for me and the boys, right?
Yeah.
In that sense.
But this could apply
that.
to women and girls
Absolutely,
too, or
yes.
moms and sons, or moms and daughters, or dads and daughters as well. It's all about just having fun with that at-home training. Don't worry so much about the form. Anything active that you're doing, just the activeness of it is going to help them in their martial arts practice, right? So like, even if you're not getting the exact form of your sidekick or of your punch, but going through the motions and working on the fitness part of it or whatever, that is all going to translate into making their martial arts skills better. So don't worry, they are going to get better, but let's leave the fine tuning and the actual coaching part of it to the on the mat training. And remember that the at home training is all about having fun. Let them be creative. Let them lead the way. Let them come up with some different games or whatever to play. They're kids. They will come up with all kinds of different games to practice the skills that we need to practice.
And just understand that even just any practice at home, or it's just extra reps they're getting. So it might not have been the same thing, but also to go with all of this, your basement, your living room, your backyard is not the dojang. It is not the mats. It is not the field. And no matter what you try to do, you're not going to create the same environment. So we can't expect, just have some fun with them.
And the thing is, we're trying to build a habit of training at home, a habit that you can be consistent with, right? And so even though it might not be perfect technique when we first start out on this, but building the habit of at-home practice, that is what's going to be needed in order for your child to get a black belt one day. So don't worry about the form and the specifics of it. It's just about building that habit and consistency so that your child will be eligible for a black belt one day.
That's right.
Because if you can't get, some practice in at home, and you're only going to take your, 2 to 3 hours at the dojang a week as enough for earning a black belt, you're kidding yourself. So it's just about building that habit. Have fun. Let's do some bonding with your kids. Do something hard together. Like once in a while, maybe we can do a hard workout together. Doing hard things with your kids, teaches them resilience, but it's also just a great bonding thing for you guys to go through.
Well, and again, not to go too far off here, but also depending on where you are in your maybe fitness lifestyle, all of that stuff there, your kids watching you go through something difficult together also shows them that you are willing to put yourself through some adversity, some suffering, some form of work where they can see you push through it and overcome it. They're
Right.
going to gain a new level of respect for you when you do tell them, hey, can you go do this? Hey, do this like that. Because they've
Right.
watched you put yourself through something too. And they've
Right.
watched you not only put yourself through it, but also overcome through it. So,
And
very, very important for you to do.
and maybe this at-home training is just as important for you as the parent
Yes.
as it is for the kid.
Absolutely. Well, there you guys have it. Listen, those are our 5 tips for you guys to get your kids to practice at home. Let's just run through them real quickly again here. Let them have a say. Let them kind of create the workout a little bit. Let them have some say in the scheduling as well. Number 2, why? The purpose behind it. Why are we doing this? Are you midway through and you just need to start putting in the extra time here? Have you just started and maybe you're struggling with some stuff? Are you prepping for your black belt? Where are you in your journey? Why are we now practicing at home? Because maybe you haven't done it and now it's time to start that habit up. Number 3, schedule it, plan it, strategize it. Remember, schedule it, put it on the calendar so that way you can hold yourself, your child can hold you. Everybody's going to be held accountable to this because you're going to be scheduling it Sundays at 9 a.m. This is what we do. Plan it. What is the focus? So that way we know exactly where we're going to be putting our focus and attention into, and then strategize. What drills are we going to be doing to help us with the focus to then help us with that time that we're going to be spending together. Number 4,
Do it with them, not at them.
That's right. Do it with them, not at them. Okay? Do it with them. Do it with
You
them.
are
Get
not
in
a
them.
coach in that situation. You are one of them.
That's
You
right.
are a student with them. You are their like teammate, not coach.
That's right. Number 5, the objective, fun over form. Okay? Have some fun with them. Laugh a little bit. They're going to make some mistakes. Laugh at them. Laugh with them. And just have a really good time.
Yeah, do some
Bond with them.
Yeah, bond with them. Do something hard with your kids and be the example for them. Show them that you can put yourself in some vulnerable situations as well, and like show them that you can overcome and work hard as well.
One thing I
So-
always do right at the very end, I always give Rhett a big hug.
Aw.
He's so sweaty and it's so disgusting, but I just give him a big hug because I just love that time with him.
If you're thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but like me and my child are both kind of new to martial arts and we don't really know what to do for an at-home workout, we've got you covered. We've got the Victory Blueprint package that we have for you. So this includes an at-home training matrix. So if you're really, really stuck, you and the child don't know what to do, this is a great tool that will help. The child can take some ownership of this and actually pick some things off the matrix to create an at-home workout for you guys. This one is tailored to martial arts, so you'll enjoy that. But then also a champion scorecard. So this is like a progress tracker. If you've made some goals and set some goals, this is going to help you both stay accountable to achieving that goal and just track your progress along the way. So if you want that, what do they need to do?
All you need to do is just comment blueprint. Okay, if you comment blueprint on the video, or if you follow either of us on social media, send us a message and just comment blueprint. Okay, depending on where you've heard this on any platform or whatever, comment blueprint, and we're going to send you that Victory Blueprint, okay, which again includes that training matrix to help you design your workouts, and then that champion scorecard to help you track your progress to all of your goals. Okay, that thing right there is going to help you with all of that at-home training progress. And then, of course, if you follow all 5 of these steps here, you're going to have your kids training at home in no time, okay? And you're going to have a really good time with it, and you're going to have a lot of fun. So listen, guys, if you guys got any value out of that and you guys do want that training matrix, you guys want that Victory Blueprint, comment blueprint on anything. Message us, message her, message me, comment blueprint. Like and subscribe to this video if you guys found any value with this, or please share it with anybody that you know who might need to hear this stuff as well. Thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Josh Dumoulin, and this is
Nicole Dumoulin.
And you've been listening to Off the Mat.
Ciao.